The NFL Today on CBS is powered by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
And welcome back to the NFL Today. And now Amazon takes you out to the sights and sounds of the game between the Dolphins and the Ravens. Let's take you out to Baltimore with our announcers, Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, and Melanie Collins.
Welcome to Baltimore. It's week 2 in the NFL and a good matchup as the Miami Dolphins play the Baltimore Ravens. With quarterbacks in the spotlight, Lamar Jackson and Tua Tagovailoa meeting for a second consecutive season. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan and Trent Green will check in with our sideline reporter, Melanie Collins, moments from now. Trent, people love talking about these two young quarterbacks, don't they?
Well, it's a quarterback-driven league, Kevin. That's what they want to talk about. They want to focus on quarterbacks, and we have two of the brightest quarterbacks in the NFL in this game today.
All right, let's start with Jackson. He and the Ravens couldn't agree on a contract, but that did not affect him week 1. He did not blink.
It didn't affect him one bit. They were able to get the win. He threw 3 touchdown passes. He made it very clear on Monday, listen, I don't want to talk about the contract. The contract is over with. We're not going to discuss it until after the season. What I liked in our conversation with Lamar Jackson is how he continues to try and develop his game. It was very evident in the game against the Jets. He tried staying in the pocket more. He tried working through his progressions more. We all know he can run, and he has said that is not going to change. When the opportunity arises, he is going to run the football. And then for Tua Tagovailoa, another offensive for him, a different head coach, different offense, same results, a win over New England in week 1. He was able to put up impressive numbers. A lot of it was due to bringing in and making the trade for Tyreek Hill. The fact they brought the speedster in from Kansas City by trade, making him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. He put up the numbers a week ago, but the critical thing, Kevin, he opens up other guys on that offense.
And Mel, those receivers will be dealing with a beat-up Ravens secondary.
Yeah, Kevin, not going to be an easy task for this Ravens secondary. Cornerback Kyle Fuller is out for the season after tearing his ACL in week 1. They do, however, get back a major reinforcement today, an all-pro cornerback Marcus Peters, who makes his long-awaited return. They were also hopeful to get back running back J.K. Dobbins today. Practiced in full all week. He was hopeful he would go. I'm told they decided to err on the side of caution and keep him out for just 1 more week. Lastly, Baltimore will be down 2 left tackles today. They lost Jawan James for the season after he tore his left Achilles for the 2nd time in 16 months last week. And Ronnie Stanley, who hasn't played since week 1 of the 2021 season, will be inactive for another week, guys. So Patrick McCary will make an NFL start at a 4th different offensive line position today.
Well, this is what they went through last year, that devastating season of injuries. All right, how is the Dolphin defense going to deal with Lamar Jackson, you think, today?
Well, Kevin, even though they have a new head coach in Mike McDaniel, they also kept Josh Boyer, the defensive coordinator. This is his 3rd year as the defensive coordinator. He likes to bring pressure. They like to play cover 0, which is blitzing everybody. We're going to take a look at Going Green and see how the Dolphins defended Lamar Jackson a year ago. And it's that cover 0 I talk about. No safety in the backfield. So all of your guys that are in man-to-man coverage, they've got no help behind them. They stack 7, 8 guys at the line of scrimmage. The main reason for that is trying to cause confusion in the protection schemes. Somebody is going to come free because of that confusion that they cause. They put 7, 8 guys. Sometimes they rush 3. Sometimes they rush all of them. So that is the challenge for Lamar Jackson. When we talked to him this week, he said, we understand they're going to try and blitz us and use that cover 0. We've got an answer for it. We're prepared for it.
They blitzed him half the time in that game a year ago. 2 winning teams from week 1. The Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. Next on CBS. From Baltimore, Maryland, CBS Sports presents the National Football League. Today, it's the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. Little over 80 degrees, and Mike McDaniel, the first-year head coach of the Miami Dolphins, goes up against a veteran, the decorated John Harbaugh of the Baltimore Ravens. Both of these head coaches have very interesting things to work with coming in. We'll talk about that throughout the afternoon. We have had the flip of the coin, and the Dolphins won the toss. They'll take the second half kickoff. Ravens will receive. Deep back, the Pro Bowler, the All-Pro Devin Duvernay, who caught a couple touchdown passes last week. One of the best return men in the NFL. And to kick it away is Jason Sanders.
A strong Cleveland drive.
Yeah, 90 yards. Nick Chubb takes us over from 4 yards out. Nick Chubb on the drive. 7 rushes, 34 yards. Cleveland, early lead, 7-0 over the Jets.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Tostitos. Bring home the win with everyone's favorite chip and dip. And by DirecTV. Get your TV together.
Number 7 is
Week 10 of last season, Thursday night, Dolphins defense dominating Lamar and the Ravens and winning by 12. Here they are dominating the first portion of the game. A long kick return to start it off. A 10.5-minute drive, a 3rd and goal awaiting with Davis in the backfield. Sideline.
Well, Kevin, a couple of emotional moments took place here at M&T Bank Stadium pregame to honor 2 Ravens players who passed away this summer just 1 day apart. The family of Jalen Ferguson participated in the coin toss as honorary captains for today's game. There was a moment of silence for both Jalen and Tony Saragusa. And then Tony's former teammates came out of the tunnel all wearing 98 jerseys in an amazing moment. The Ravens players are also wearing helmet stickers this season that say Goose and Jalen to honor and remember both players, Kevin.
Wonderful story. This is a very close-knit organization here in Baltimore. Same coach for all these years, John Harbaugh, 13 seasons. Tied down in 10. On Monday, the Ravens bookmobile, along with Tyus Bowser, Chuck Clark, Mike Davis, and Lamar Jackson, stopped by the Mount Royal Elementary and Middle School to distribute free books to the kids. Lamar's book, I Dream, You Dream, Let Us Dream, is featured on the bookmobile and will be distributed to pre-selected Baltimore City and County schools this year.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. Modelo. Brewed for full-time fans with a fighting spirit. And by Rocket Mortgage. Need to finance a home like a pro? Rocket can.
Well, last week, Mike McDaniel was one of 4 first-time head coaches to begin their career with a win. He joined the Giants' Brian Daboll, Minnesota's Kevin O'Connell, and Chicago's Matt Eberflus. And you got John Harbaugh, who has been so successful after the Miami punt. And let's go to the sideline and Melanie Collins.
Well, Kevin, as if the Ravens hadn't had enough injuries to navigate over the last year, their mascot Poe suffered a serious injury to his drumstick last month and was placed on season-ending IR. So GM Eric DeCosta signed not 1 but 2 Big Bird additions on Friday for 1 season only. The Ravens have brought Edgar and Allen out of retirement. They're filling in on mascot duties for Poe this season. I'm told the incentives include endless birdseed, nest expenses covered. Hope they worked in a nice bird bath as well, Kevin.
Oster picking and poking his way, and he's up to about the 28-yard line with a gain of 2 and a tackle made by Kyle Hamilton, the number 1 pick out of Notre Dame. And this will be halftime. Miami will get the second half kickoff and adjust. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes to 3 different receivers. Tunga Vailoa with 2 interceptions. That's the end of the first half. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon. And a word from your local CBS station. 3 touchdown advantage for the Baltimore Ravens. 3 touchdown passes for Lamar Jackson. The 2 turnovers by the Dolphins, and the Ravens have converted that into their 21 unanswered points, 7 of those because of the turnover. Kevin Harlan alongside Trent Green. Are you surprised with what we've seen in the first half?
I am a little bit surprised when you consider going back to last season's matchup and the way that the Dolphins dominated the Baltimore Ravens, especially the Dolphins defense against the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson's been outstanding. We're going to take a look at how this game started off. First, Devin Duvernay with a 103-yard kickoff return. The all-pro returner gets things started quickly for the Ravens, and then Lamar Jackson takes over. A week ago in their win against the Jets, he had 3 touchdown passes. He had 3 touchdown passes in the first half against the Miami Dolphins. So tremendous job by Lamar Jackson, what he was able to do in that first half. Spreading the football around, 3 different receivers with the touchdown grab. You can see 11 of 13, 210, 3 touchdowns. By the way, that's a perfect quarterback rating.
Again, 21 unanswered points. We were tied at 7 after a terrific goal line stand by Miami. And then they went down and got a 6-yard touchdown pass to Waddle. Since that time, the pass to Bateman, as we just showed you. They went to Andrews for a yard, and then DeMarcus Robinson caught one for 12. 5 downstairs to Melanie.
Yeah, Kevin, I spoke with Mike McDaniel first. He said we just were not fundamentally sound in that first half. He said we've got to limit turnovers. We've got to limit explosive plays. Most importantly, offensively, he said we're pressing. We've got to stop forcing things offensively. John Harbaugh, on the other hand, very pleased with offensive execution in that first half and the way his offense was able to neutralize the Dolphins' blitz despite being a man short. He said defensively, we're keeping everything in front of us and we're tackling their fast guys well. They look to continue that in the second half, Kevin.
Or back to the 40. Let's go to Hall of Fame coach Bill Cowher.
Yeah, Kevin and Trent, you're going to see Daniel Jones 16 yards off the play action, hit Daniel Bellinger. And he's going to break the plane right there, and the New York Giants tie up the Carolina Panthers 13-13. Back to Kevin and Trent.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. FanDuel, make every moment more. And by Chipotle, for real.
Now the Ravens have won each of their last 6 home openers dating back to 2016, including a wild win last year against the Chiefs here in week 2. They're 12-2 in home openers under John Harbaugh.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Progressive, the right call to protect your home and car. And by the Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Well, the Ravens are cruising right along. They got Jackson for 118 on the ground. He just ran for 79 and a touchdown. His 11th career 100-yard rushing game. Perfect quarterback rating right now. He's 14 of 17, 228, and 3 touchdowns, no picks. He also has carried it for 118 yards on the ground on 7 carries and a touchdown. You have to go back to 1948. I'm not kidding. 1948 to find a quarterback with the perfect passer rating and 100 yards rushing. And here is who was quarterbacking back then. Sammy Baugh, Charlie Connerly, Bob Waterfield, Sid Luckman. Who else here? Paul Chrisman, Johnny Lujak. The JBN coach in New York.
Coach Cowher, finally, a touchdown.
Yeah, and a defensive slugfest right here. Tom Brady has some time, finds Brashad Perryman from 28 yards out. They lead 10-3 in the 4th.
Back to Kevin, Trent, and Melanie.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Verizon, the network America relies on. And by Sonic. This is how we Sonic.
So on 4th and 1, Miami's defense holds. And the Dolphin offense welcomes back Tyreek Hill after a quick trip to the locker room. Coming up next, it's game 2 of our NFL on CBS doubleheader. Most of you are going to be heading to Dallas, where all eyes will be on Joe Burrow leading the defending AFC champion Bengals against the Cowboys. Coming up next, the NFL on CBS Game 2. Who are down by 7. Let's go to New York. Here's JB and the coach.
Kevin, Chubba-dub-dub.
Yeah, Nick Chubb's third touchdown of the day. Look at his feet right there. Look at his knees. He chomps him, and he can got the power to run over you. 87 yards on the day. The Cleveland Browns take the lead over the Jets, 30-17.
Kevin, Trent, and Melody.
Incomplete. No yellow. Zeros on the clock. The Dolphins have pulled off the improbable and won down by a ton at the half by 3 touchdowns, and they come back to win. Final from Baltimore, Dolphins 42, the Ravens 38. The NFL on CBS continues after this.